All right. Hi, Mandy. Good morning. I got up this morning, and after a long night of howling winds, I was really desperate to see the devastation in the garden because last year I told you, I think I told you, things that I planted in the front garden ended up in pieces in the back garden, like tumbleweeds all rolling around. So this morning when I went out, I heard all these crazy noises, and I knew every bit of debris around the yard had flown around all over the place. So I went to check on everything. Obviously, the chairs that were outside were all in the vegetable bed and those kind of things. And I went around the side of the house, and I have the side of the house blocked off so that Duncan, when he sleeps in the garage at night, so that he can't get into the front garden and eat all my vegetables. So I have these two great big trash cans that sit on the side of the house and block that way. And they had blown away. And I went out just in time because when I realized the trash cans were gone and I couldn't find Duncan, then it was like, he's in the front garden, run! And so I went screaming around the side. And he was so pleased to see me, like he always did, and he's like, "Meh, Mom!" And he came over and ran around circles. So sweet. So I took him out. I gave him a little treat. He likes bran flakes and like a little small handful of cereal as a treat. So I gave him his little treat, and I'm like, come on, let's go. I took him over to his field, and I was really surprised that he didn't look like a balloon on the end of a string, like, wee, come on, Duncan, let's go. But, yeah, I took him over there, and he looked at me like, seriously, you're gonna leave me over here in this exposed weather, in this exposed hillside, in this weather, sorry. But he seemed all right. He found lots of wonderful things to eat right away, and he was very happy to stay there. So I came back, and Raven has one of these blue bouncy things that have the handles, and you sit on it, and it's like a big ball, and you bounce around the place. And I came back, and it had multiplied. There was two of them, one from somewhere else. I have no idea where it came from, but it's in my garden now, and it just looks like that it's mating season for the bouncy balls too, and now there's two of them, so Raven hasn't even seen that yet. She's going to think that's hilarious. So sooner or later, hopefully somebody shows up to claim it, but if not, we'll play with it in the meantime. I'm trying to think what else there was going on. Oh, I just wish you could see this wind. I went outside to try and make you a video, and it started to rain, so I had to come back in with the camera. I don't know. I have nothing really interesting to say. I'm actually trying to hide from the churchers at the minute. Part of me still feels incredibly guilty if I'm spotted at home instead of at church. And so living next to a church means that every Sunday when I don't go to church, I feel like I have to hide because I don't want people to judge me. And it's silly because I'm like the queen of I don't care and go ahead and judge me, but maybe I feel differently because I also rent from the church. I don't know. But I mean, I don't even want to go there. They're nice people. They're really nice people. It's a really nice church. It's just, I can't handle a lot of people. I can't do it. I guess you know that. So, no excuses. It's just the way it is. I'm trying to find the source of some unusual smell in the house. I think it might be the horsetails I have upstairs drying. You can make a solution with them that's really good for deterring mold in your pot plants. I don't mean pot plants like marijuana. I mean plants in pots. And also your vegetable garden. And it also seems to be a booster that strengthens the tissues and resistance to pests and stuff. So I have this whole stash of these weird plants hanging upside down upstairs. And I think with the wind, it's just blowing the smell down because they're up by the attic door. And there's a central staircase. It goes like this, all the way up in a big kind of spiral. So I think that's what's going on there. So hopefully the fumes aren't harmful, because the house just stinks like it right now. It's not a very good smell. I might have to take up a different hobby. Trusty Cadbury's egg cup. I don't know if you remember me finding these occasionally in Florida. Not the cups, the eggs. And being so thrilled and beside myself that there was Cadbury's cream egg. Well, now I live in Cadbury cream egg land, and I'm so happy. Even though Cadbury's apparently sold their company to some foreign people. Hopefully the chocolate will remain as good. That's like a British classic. It's so sad that they sold out like that. But I mean, money's money. I just hope that they keep with the tradition of awesome chocolate. I wish I could show you outside. Maybe do a video of it later. I mean, there's nothing you can see. Everything's too far away. I'll just look out that window. No, all you see is crazy glare. Well, anyhow. What's that? Windy day. It sounded like banshees and werewolves were duking it out last night. So, I guess that's why they think there's banshees here, because it tends to be a pretty windy place. I don't know, I always thought of it as lush and green, but it's quite foreboding. There's a general feeling that you are on a rock, and that's true. The entire land is made of rock. It's a site of a previous volcano a long time ago, so it's like Ireland is a giant volcanic crater. So it's higher at the edges and lower in the middle. I have no idea, it's a bit of a phenomenon, but when you think of it that way, you're like, what? I thought I was moving somewhere safe. And it's so windy because you're an island in the middle of the sea. So there's things I didn't really take into account about moving over here, and they really affect my garden. I couldn't dig the pond with Anthony because I'm a big baby anyway, but Anthony did most of it himself, because every time he tried to sink the shovel in to dig stuff out, it would go in about 2 inches before you hit a boulder. And so we made our pond and the surround of our pond with boulders like this size that were just underneath the grass. It's crazy. I don't know how anything survives here, but it does. It's doing pretty well. I don't know if you can hear the sound. I don't think the camera's sensitive enough to pick it up. Well, gotta go and check on the garden again, because I want to see if those things are back in the vegetable bed. Oh, and that blue ball that multiplied, now there's 2 of them. It was bouncing around like the guy, you know, the guy in the seatbelt ad that's not wearing the seatbelt, and he like pings around the car during the crash and knocks everybody out. The ball was doing that kind of a maneuver out there and smashed a whole bunch of stuff. So hopefully the garden will recover, but I think I'll learn to keep extra things inside in case of wind. And I was worried about hurricane season. You should see it. It's crazy. Anyway, I love you. Be good. Bye.